Hi, thanks for checking out my self-love series. Today's video is all about the 3 habits that you really need to implement starting right now in order to become the best version of yourself. So this is especially for my lady friends who have a hard time putting themselves first. If you're one of those, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It is your husband or your kids that get put first, and you're kind of on the back burner. Even if you do think that you're finally going to make time to do something that you want to do, a friend calls and there's some crazy emergency and you run to their rescue and everything else gets put on hold once again. It is a vicious cycle. Everyone knows that you're the good guy and you're going to come to the rescue anytime that they need you. And it's kind of a handicap at the same time. So this video is just going to address 3 things that I would really like to see you start doing so that you are making yourself a priority and you're setting the tone for what you expect everyone else to do for you as well. So first and foremost, I would like to see you make time for your health. Now, I'm not suggesting you start a diet or run out and join a gym and get on some crazy exercise program. Simply want you to pay attention to what your body is saying. If it's telling you that it's time for a change, then implement that change. Baby steps, nothing drastic, but a little goes a long way. So if you're afraid to implement a change because it might not go over well with your family and they might freak out a little bit if you throw out all the Oreos and Cheetos, let me give you a little advice from somebody who's done it. I, years ago, became a vegetarian. Now, I'm married to a man who his greatest passion is hunting. His father was a butcher. I have 3 boys who are now teenagers and they like their meat. So when I decided to do this, they all looked at me like I had completely gone off the deep end. Like, what in the world are you going to eat? And it was quite the adjustment at first. But I did a nice healthy balance of cooking their foods and cooking my foods, and they would taste mine, and most of them they thought were odd, but they ended up actually really enjoying some of the meals and they got used to it. So I was able after weaning into this lifestyle to cook primarily vegetarian dishes, and then once in a while I'd throw a meat version in for them. And it was a slow, gradual adjustment, but it caught on and they acclimated to it. And even outside of my family in the house, anytime we would show up for dinner at a friend's house, they even knew that, hey, we need to have something vegetarian on the menu for Tanya. Or if we'd go to a restaurant, they were kind enough to make sure that at least they would that the restaurant would at least have something that I would be able to eat. So although it was an adjustment, it worked out and everybody got used to it. And it will be like that for you too. So whether you want to just start exercising more or eating better, know that if you stick to it and you make a commitment to implement that lifestyle, that everyone else will come around. Number 2, I would like you to make time for your passion, whatever it is you're passionate about. You need to do the things that make you happy that have absolutely nothing to do with your family. Now, I know that sounds weird, maybe, but so many of us give up everything that we have and everything that we are to take care of our families. We make that our number 1 priority. And in doing so, we lose touch with who we are along the way. We forget the things that used to make us happy. We never take the time to try new things, to find new joys and pleasures in life. And then when the kids grow and they move out, we're left feeling vacant and empty and unneeded, and we feel really terrible about it. But it's really just because we have nothing else that brings us that sense of joy to occupy our time. And we need to have that. There's got to be a good balance. So yes, give to your family. Yes, make them a priority, but make yourself one too. Do the things that are important to you, and they will all get used to you doing those things, and it will become the new normal. So whether you want to join a golf league and every Tuesday night go meet the girls for golf, or if you want to do yoga every Saturday morning, or you want to, train for a marathon, or just get out of the house once a week to go meet and reconnect with old friends over drinks. Make sure that you do it consistently. The only way that the family is going to get used to you doing this is if you do it on a regular basis. That's the only way it can become the new normal. And as a result, you will feel so much better and you'll be a more interesting person. When you sit down at the dinner table, you'll have something to talk about and bring to the table that has nothing to do with everybody else. It'll be new information that they don't already know. And that's a cool feeling too. You had that in the beginning, right? And you need to have it again. So that's a great way to bring it back. Third, I would like you to spoil yourself. Really splurge every once in a while. Buy yourself something that you normally would not. Now, the resistance that I normally get to this is I just don't have the money. That may be true, and I don't want you to spend money you don't have. But I do want you to make it a point to put some away and try. Yes, there's a million other things you should be doing with your money. Yes, you should be paying off your mortgage or your car or your debt or, buying the kids new gear for baseball. But you need to reward yourself every once in a while too. You work hard for that money. And spending it on everybody and everything else and all the boring responsibilities is boring. And it doesn't bring you any fulfillment. So even if it's just a little bit here and there, put enough away to where you can, on somewhat of a consistent basis, buy something that is completely frivolous. Buy those crazy expensive shoes or that handbag you've had your eye on, or save up for a spa day. Make yourself feel good. And if you're married to the guy that monitors what you're spending, at first, he is probably going to look at you and go, I'm sorry, how much did those shoes cost? Are you crazy? But he will get used to this new you. And as long as he knows that it's more not about the shoes, it's about what makes you happy and makes you feel good and important and like you're a princess. Every once in a while, he'll get that. And he'll get to the point where he's gonna just roll his eyes and go, I don't even wanna know how much they cost, as long as you're happy, babe. And he will, because he's gonna wanna see you smile. And he's gonna wanna see you walking around and feeling like you're $1,000,000. And those little tiny rewards along the way are what is going to give you that confidence so that you can feel that way. And that's really important. You need that. You need that to build yourself up. No matter where you are, we can always use a little bit more confidence and a little bit more magnetism and a little bit more self-esteem. And we're women. It goes up and it goes down. And on some days we could feel like we could conquer the world. And on other days we feel like it's against us. So having these regularly scheduled things that we know we can look forward to will help get us out of those low points and keep us back at the high points for a longer, more consistent period of time. The best way to do this and to do this consistently is to get it on the calendar and pretend it's in stone. If you're not already using a calendar to schedule your whole life, that is something that you should probably start doing as well. I will throw a link in the notes so that you can link. I have a couple of videos. Feel free to cheat. I share what I do and maybe it'll work for you. If not, implement your own system. Just make sure that you're scheduling something. When you can see your day at a glance and your week at a glance, it's a lot easier to make time for yourself by moving things around and dumping the things that aren't important. You can look at that and go, Thursday night, it's gonna be my night. That's when I'm gonna do it. So good luck. I would love to hear from you. Tell me what you're doing, what's working, what isn't, what have you implemented, and has this helped? Leave me a comment in the comments below, and if there's any questions or anything I can help you with, definitely ask me. Thanks for stopping in, and I will see you next time.